joining us here on 9 News Watch for a look at that detailed Colorado forecast, which is going to stay hot for one more day before we really cool down this weekend. And we're going to also see some fairly widespread showers and thunderstorms. Early heads up, the weekend looking like a total washout, especially on Saturday throughout much of the state. I'm Meteorologist Chris Bianchi here in the 9 News Weather Center. Let's take a look here at Denver, where things once again hot and dry and hazy. It's been that way all week. Again, big changes coming up for this weekend. But for now, we're staying on the hot and hazy side. It's a little cooler than yesterday, but I wouldn't exactly call this much of a cold front. Temperatures as of noon at 86 degrees. It's only about 3 degrees cooler than this time back on Wednesday, when we did reach triple digits for the 5th time already so far this year. I don't think we quite get the triple digits today, but we will certainly get up to 90 or above. That would make it our 33rd day at 90 or above so far this year, including our 20th day so far this July. That's assuming we get up to 90 today, which is basically a near bet, near lock. Forecast highs for this afternoon in Denver, 97, so we'll get potentially close to that triple-digit mark. Maybe a few of our friends on the Eastern Plains, one or two of them, do get up there. Grand Junction, mid-90s for us, again for us in the Western Slope, but Grand Junction had a pretty strong storm moved through late yesterday, which dropped some hail that covered parts of I-70 out there. Meantime, forecast highs closer in here around the Front Range, 97 Greeley, 93 Aurora, 91 Golden, 92 Boulder, and 80 in Georgetown for friends lucky enough to be up around 7,500 feet. Now, satellite radar imagery for this afternoon, at least early this afternoon, not a whole lot doing. This will change as we get later on through the afternoon. We will see some fairly widespread showers and storms. Those will be concentrated west of the Continental Divide. So once again, it's the San Juans, it's the Western Slope, it's even as far north as, say, Routt and Jackson County is seeing some of that action later on this afternoon and this evening. We'll kind of budge that chance for some of those showers and storms a little further east than this time yesterday. That could mean some issues in and around Glenwood Canyon and the I-70 area there, of course, which has been just a total disaster all summer long. Well, we could be seeing some more mudslides on the Grizzly Creek burn scar out there. Southwest Colorado, Montrose, Telluride, again, the San Juans, Cortez, Durango, seeing some of those showers and storms fairly widespread for us, though that could mean some issues with mudslides in southwest Colorado. I know we dealt with more of those last week, but actually, I should say, we've seen a lot of beneficial moisture in that part of the state as well. We did see a notable increase in some of those drought, some notable improvements in drought conditions for us in parts of western Colorado, and specifically in southwest Colorado, where we've seen an enormous amount of monsoonal action so far this summer. That will continue for today. Denver, though, we should stay dry. Maybe a very, very isolated chance for a storm, 10% or less just west of Denver in the foothills, but I think everyone stays dry in around the metro area for one more day. That'll start to change tomorrow. Details on that in just a second. For tonight, still fairly warm, 67 for a low, which is about 10 degrees above where we normally should be for a low temperature. Tomorrow, 96 for a high, and with an isolated late storm, I think those chances will be pretty low for a storm for tomorrow in around the metro area, but we will start to nudge some of those shower and storm chances further east, and that could mean some issues for the burn scars up by, say, Cameron Peak, the Cameron Peak burn scar, Sapooter Canyon, the East Troublesome burn scar. That would mean Grand County, as well as on up through Rocky Mountain National Park, could have some issues out there. So for tomorrow, we'll start things off on a dry note. As we get later on through the day, there you go. You can start to see those first shower storms developing up by the Cameron Peak, East Troublesome, and maybe even the Williams Fork burn scars, even the Grizzly Creek burn scars, and we'll see those shower storms fairly widespread for us tomorrow afternoon. But as I mentioned earlier on, the drought condition, the drought situation's gotten a little bit better for us into western Colorado and specifically southwestern Colorado. That's a pretty notable change for us in the San Juans, where we had a very subpar snow season. We had basically a monsoon last year. We didn't see really much at all in the way of monsoonal action last year. This year has been a totally different situation, as we've been talking about. Meantime, it's northwest Colorado, so Grand Junction, the Western Slope, Mesa County north, where you've got some of those bigger issues when it comes to that drought, and unfortunately does continue up that way. Could see some more showers and storms, some beneficial moisture in that part of the state. Tomorrow it stays hot in eastern Colorado. One more day though, so if you're ready for a little bit of a cool down, you got one more day, and then things really do start to cool back down. That's thanks to two things. One, a cold front's going to approach from the north. That will meet all that monsoonal moisture, and that will help to kind of wring it out. So by Friday night, we'll see some showers and storms mainly, again, west of the Continental Divide. Could see one or two in Denver as well, but it's Saturday. Look at the widespread shower and storm activity that we see on the map there for your Saturday, and by Sunday morning, still sticking around with some of that fairly widespread shower thunderstorm activity. We'll see some more as we get into Sunday night. Meantime, the weekend, it is looking stormy with shower storms probable, widespread for us, including the metro area, as I mentioned, but the mountains will be even wetter than this. So it is going to be a soaker of a weekend. I've been saying this privately, offline to some of my own friends. Just if you want to camp this weekend, unless you like camping in mud, I wouldn't do it this weekend. It is going to be a soaker, especially for your Friday night, Saturday night. Saturday night in particular looks at this point to be the wettest of the next 7 days. Meantime, as we kind of look into next week and beyond a little bit, Monday and Tuesday, we kind of decrease those shower and storm chances a little bit. We'll have less of the influence of a cold front, so we should see a little bit of improvement for next week. It's going to be gradual, but Saturday and Sunday looking like, again, pretty much near washouts in the mountains. We will see some dry time during the morning hours both of those days, but again, the afternoons looking very, very wet. And then Monday and Tuesday, more typical, I should say, kind of hit or miss showers and storms Monday and Tuesday, though we'll see some fairly widespread action both days. Then Wednesday and Thursday, we dry back up and reintroduce a big ridge of high pressure. So there's a look at that overall forecast for you. Again, Saturday and Sunday looking like washouts after one more really hot day, maybe a storm on Friday in Denver, certainly some storms in the mountains. And again, the burn scars, we're going to be really keeping a close eye on them through the weekend and to the early portion of next week. So thanks for joining us here on 9 News Watch and on YouTube for a look at your detailed Colorado weather forecast. I'm Meteorologist Chris Bianchi here in the 9 News Weather Center.